Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I am currently on holiday, but I am so enthused to be doing these YouTubes, especially because I tend to have way more energy when I haven't, worked all day and then try to get around to do this. So I am looking forward to a very juicy reading today. Hopefully, we get some good messages coming through. My throat is like constantly dry lately. So I don't know what's up with that, but I have a lot of decks around me, some that are off camera that you can't see, but I'm really excited to get started on this. So while I shuffle all the cards, you all can set your own intentions for this reading, either in your mind out loud or in the comments, however it feels good to you. And I set my intentions for this reading that may all who will be drawn to this video at any point in time find helpful messages that will resonate, that they need to hear at that time. Do keep in mind that these readings are technically timeless. So it truly doesn't matter when the video was posted and when you come across it. I truly believe that you come across these messages when you need to hear them. And sometimes we come across these messages before we are fully able to comprehend or resonate with them, because energy and time are both fluid. So you may not be in that state of your life or twin flame connection or journey at the time that this video is posted, but there might be some time down the line in the future, and perhaps even in the past, when these things may have happened for you or perhaps will happen. And you will then remember these messages. Your mind, your soul, your energy body will go back to remembering these messages. And then it'll all kind of fall together like a puzzle piece that, okay, that's what that message from way back when was all about. Because in divination, energy and time are always fluid. So even though a video is posted and I'm feeling energies at a certain time, because energies are always present, I guess the tarot really has a lot to say here. We already got one card out from each deck. We can feel energies both like all past, present, and future. So from the Witch's Tarot, we received the Ace of Cups that just fell out, and from the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, my newest favorite deck, we got the Justice card. So it looks like there are messages regarding a fated or soul connection here. The Justice card is all about soul contracts, things that you may have unfinished business from past lifetimes that is coming back around in this lifetime. Or it could be that a new soul contract had been formed at some point in a past life that is now going to be fulfilled within this lifetime. And it doesn't have to be a linear past life. It literally could be at any point in any of your past lives. It's just that based on the relativity of time, this lifetime might be the one where this soul contract actually plays out. And the Ace of Cups is all about romance, new beginnings, emotional fulfillment. So let us get stuck right in and see what these messages are really all about, because I really already like this energy. Actually, I'm going to go to the Fortune cards, and these are by the beautiful Emily. You can find these for purchase on her Etsy store, as well as the Soul Connections Journey deck. Both are from her. So let's see, what is this all about? Overcoming large obstacles and money, financial situation. Okay. So I truly feel like, and we have octopus here, talking about psychic abilities and higher powers at the bottom of the deck. So these two cards that came out, it truly feels like one of the twin flames in a connection is really undergoing some financial hardships or distress, possibly, that they're not really happy where they are in their life right now. They don't feel stable enough. They want to move forward with their life, you know, whatever that might look like for them, but it feels like money is a big thing that is kind of standing in their way. And I'm seeing somebody in my third eye just continuously opening and closing their wallet, like hoping money is going to appear out of somewhere, or just, you know, there's this sense of disbelief that how can, you know, they be in this situation? How can they be that? I keep hearing the word broke over and over again, but you know what? Broke is a phase. It's temporary, right? It is something that can and will be overcome. So if you are the counterpart who happens to be resonating with the aspect of financial struggles, just know that, you know, it is going to come to an end. You are not doomed here. I keep feeling like this person whose energy I'm channeling feels like they are doomed to having a life of financial hardships. And I also get the sense that this person feels no matter how hard they try, they just cannot come up in life again. Oh my gosh. Overcoming obstacles. Again, we have stags here. And this, we had overcoming large obstacles in the mountains card that came out earlier. So this tells me that there are multiple types of obstacles that are not just finance related. That's, you know, happening for whichever twin flame counterpart this is. Let's see if we can figure out whether this is the divine masculine or the feminine who I'm channeling here. And do remember that we all have a balance of masculine and feminine energies within us. They do not correspond necessarily with biological gender, though they can resonate that way. And for some of you who are on the twin flame journey but are not in a actual 3D physical connection with a divine masculine for whom this may resonate, this could very well apply to your own internal balance of masculine and feminine energies as well. Oh, that was like a whole chunk. So Spirit, is this the masculine or the feminine who I am channeling? The Empress. Interesting. I really see a mirror here in my third eye. So although the Empress speaks to the divine feminine energy, I feel like this could really hold true for both counterparts, for the masculine and the feminine. And with the Empress, I'm getting like a mother vibe for some reason. I feel like whichever counterpart it is that I'm channeling in this reading currently is facing some like struggles around a mother figure. And here we have the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So confirmation of that mirrored energy that I'm feeling currently. And notice how the divine feminine came out in her Empress state, whereas the masculine came out as a king rather than the emperor. But also that feminine, or that Empress, I should say, has come out with a dual energy. Here we go. We have the Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords. This is really interesting. So notice that there are mountains in the background of both of these pictures, and we had the mountains card in the fortune deck come out as well, speaking of obstacles. The Six of Swords is all about movement, and this is usually movement away from a past tumultuous situation towards a new horizon, towards a new beginning, which is confirmed by this Ace of Cups here, the first card we got out. And this Queen of Swords, we're going to need some clarification on her, because I feel like this Queen of Swords is actually sitting on the mountain. It may not be the tallest peak, but she's actually there. She seems to be part of the obstacle that is being overcome here. I don't feel that this Queen of Swords necessarily represents the divine feminine energy, but let's see what the tarot has to say. Please clarify the Queen of Swords. The Chariot. There you go. Movement away from, overcoming obstacles. This card is known for meaning overcoming obstacles. So this Queen of Swords could very well be the root cause of these financial struggles and an aspect of the obstacles that this twin flame counterpart is overcoming. And for some reason, in my third eye, I keep seeing like mice. And I know in the Lenormand deck, mice has to do with theft of some type. So if this was a karmic situation that either a feminine or masculine was involved in, that they are now moving away from, actually physically, not just energetically, but actually physically moving away from, I feel like there are some obstacles or disputes around possessions, like actual material possessions or finances, that this karmic third party must feel that they are entitled to for some reason. Or for some, I'm getting that it could be this karmic's way of getting back at the divine counterpart, whichever, masculine or feminine, to kind of like give them a hard time. Here we go. Queen of Cups. Notice the lack of mountains around this Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups is the divine feminine, who is not part of the obstacles, but actually lies on the other side of the obstacles that this divine masculine is attempting to overcome. So because this is the Queen of Cups energy, which heavily carries emotional energy, deep emotional depths, I feel like the obstacles for the divine feminine, because we got two obstacles cards here, remember, the stags and the mountains. For the feminine, I feel like it is more stag energy. Like it is, you know, stags are known to be, like, I associate them with just being very stubborn creatures, so they're more like a personality trait, you know, than a signifier of anything else when I do readings. So to me, I feel like this divine feminine's biggest obstacle is her own emotions at this point that she has to overcome. She has to keep patience and reminding herself to release any past baggage, resentments, fears, because a new beginning is on the horizon, and the past is not welcome in this new front that she is being guided towards entering. And her biggest obstacle is exactly that, just emotion management for herself. And this Chariot card is also associated with Cancer, which is a water sign energy. And here we go, confirmation of what I just said. New beginnings are coming. The Death card here speaks of major transformations. These are major transformations in both the counterparts' lives because of this Ace of Cups that came out first, as well as this Justice card speaks to a brand new soul contract that is about to be put into action by the divine, by the universe, that, you know, you need a fresh slate here. And that's exactly what's happening. Both the counterparts are guided to just go with the flow and allow these things to happen as they are. Because I feel that even if they resist the change, I'm getting this Seven of Wands energy here. yeah, a Seven of Wands, where if they want to lash out or, um, just if they don't believe that they are where they're supposed to be, they're only going to create more hurdles for themselves to jump over. So these counterparts, I just keep hearing the word trust over and over and over again. Trust where you are at. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Even if it doesn't feel that way right now, we have another card for overcoming obstacles, victory, fame, recognition. This connection is going to serve a really big purpose, not just in the community, but it really feels like on a broader, like more global level here. Like this is a really big energy that I'm channeling, and we have the star card at the bottom of the deck, which like I'm really hearing that these counterparts are going to be stars when they come together. There is so much like good fortune awaiting them, and under the star was the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Like they bring creativity, inspiration, sparks, passion, just a new life when these counterparts are together that people cannot fathom unless they have seen them together, unless they have seen how these counterparts really flow together, how they make things happen with each other. Their connection, my cards are falling here, their connection is really something that people around them are just naturally automatically drawn to, and they admire, like for lack of a better word, they really admire it even from a distance. I'm going to use the soul connections journey and find out what's happening here. What phase are these counterparts in besides overcoming these obstacles that's making them feel kind of frustrated or down? Meet up, solitude, protection. There we go. I feel like these counterparts, both of them, are truly mirroring the energy in the fifth dimension here. Just notice the bottom of the deck, that they want to meet up. They want to get the ball rolling on things. They really want to get their life started. I just keep hearing a masculine and feminine in unison saying we want to start our life. But this is a period of solitude to go within and explore oneself on a deeper level. You are currently being protected by not being immediately, just thrown together by the universe, because it's not, the timing just isn't right for this. It feels like there's these obstacles that we saw at the beginning of the reading that have to be overcome before this meetup can happen. And for the masculine, it seems it's financial. For the feminine, it seems it's emotional. And for some, I feel like it could even be family related, like we saw with the Empress card. I'm getting this mother energy who might be really relying on one of these counterparts, whoever's mother it is that I'm channeling, or perhaps it's both, since twin flames can often be mirrored in that way. That they have a responsibility to, either one or both of these counterparts are responsible for caring for either a parent or both parents. And right now is their time to kind of earn those blessings from those elders or mother figures that they are being put in charge of, so that they can kind of lay a more divinely blessed foundation for this life in the future. I feel like when this masculine was moving away from this karmic situation, like we saw with the Six of Swords and the Queen of Swords, that, perhaps one or a few of these masculines ended up back in their parents' house, ended up living with a parent again or something like that. And what that did is really it placed a lot of like big family responsibility upon this masculine, just because You know, he had been out of the house for such a long time, and the parents have this expectation because now they're older that, you know, they want and need his help, and he's not able to save his resources for starting his own life because everything just kind of gets invested back into the family of origin. And that is also having a big emotional impact on the masculine. And for some, like we mentioned earlier, it could be like a karmic third party that is claiming resources that aren't theirs as theirs. They are considering themselves either entitled to it. For some, I'm even getting that they are like pretending that it was theirs the whole time and not wanting to give it back, whether it's money or some kind of valuable possession like jewelry or some type of electronics maybe that this masculine had really invested in. So it's going to resonate for different people in different ways, but this situation is definitely something that I'm picking up on that is going on here. So I'm going to take a couple sips of water and then we'll use the other decks. Yeah, there's something just really off about this karmic energy. So we'll see. I'm going to use some fortune cards here. I don't think I've ever used this on the channel before, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. It is a lovely deck. What else do we need to know about this? True feelings are masked. Ooh, too many, too many. Be meticulous and patient, absolutely. And the Sun card, I will take this first one. I'm being told to take it. Your perseverance is rewarded. You will be guided through darkness is at the bottom of the deck. This is definitely like, you know, recovering, a period of recovery from a dark period. This is the Sun card that came out. And this is really beautiful energy because it really speaks to divine guidance and protection, that your perseverance is rewarded, that you are basically passing the tests that the universe is throwing at you, even though this is a really difficult time and you feel like your patience is wearing thin and you question a lot about, you know, whether a future is possible for you just because of your circumstances. We are being reassured here that things are going to fall in place. This is another phase. And the reason you're kind of going through this phase, as what I'm downloading, is that the universe wants to give you time to heal emotionally from your past baggage, from your karmic situations, any toxicity, unhealthy relationships that you may be breaking free from, you know, generational trauma that you might be overcoming, even inner childhood wounds that might play out as a result of any abuse or trauma that you encountered in a karmic situation prior to uniting with your twin flame. Like, the protection card that came out here really is speaking loud about being protected from those ego-based wounds within your counterpart by taking this time to heal, by taking this time to be in solitude and to heal yourself, for your counterpart to heal themselves before you will be allowed a meetup. This is really the energy that I'm getting here. The Spider card says, be meticulous and patient. Absolutely. This goes for the masculine and feminine both. This is guidance for both counterparts. And true feelings are masked. Yes, you are currently being protected because once these true feelings come out, it's like once you uncork a bottle of champagne, right? What happens? Everything just kind of overflows. You want to make sure that you have the contents under the right type of pressure before you pop that lid open. Otherwise, you're going to recreate just a different version of the triggering dynamic that you had initially before the 3D physical disconnect, which just really will not be healthy for either counterpart. And it's just going to really lead to more frustration and for some potentially even more separation. So let's have a look with this deck about any other messages that we need to know here. Wow. These cards are like all over the place. The Magician. There's going to be action and communication. You guys have been manifesting this reunion for such a long time. Both counterparts are really on the same page here, especially with this Nine of Swords. I truly feel that energy of you're both stressing about the same thing in different ways. You know, you both might be feeling restless. One of you might be losing sleep. I don't feel like it's both of you, because as I channel this energy, I'm really being like overcome with sleepiness. So one of you could actually probably be sleeping more than you had in the past, and the other of you could actually be really restless and not getting enough sleep. The Two of Cards, I can't even speak. The Two of Cups decided to present itself just when I happened to automatically turn my hand over as I was shuffling. So, you know, this is the Venus angel on top, that love and attraction, that infinite unconditional love is guiding these counterparts back together. And look at this card that came out, you guys. And this is also an angel card. This is 1111. This is bringing you and your counterpart into alignment for the sake of union. It's the 4 pillars of building, you know, the most stable foundation possible. It's almost like, you know, these two counterparts here, maybe they're the king and queen of this castle in the background, who knows, you know, who just are either getting married or celebrating something. We have the laurel leaves around the wands, which is a symbol of prosperity, signaling that those financial hardships that we pulled from the fortune deck earlier are literally on their way out. That once this stability is gained, and look underneath this, we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is all about stability. Knight of Pentacles, all about bringing in that stability. And the 4 of Wands is all about the foundation that's created with that. This is all what is on its way in, you guys. This is all what's on its way in. Just be patient. Allow cycles to cycle the way that the divine intends or ordains, because you may feel restricted at this point, but trust me, in the future, look at that. Look at all this movement and freedom and fast pace. I really feel like things are actually happening a lot faster than you realize and feel, because you're not seeing anything in the 3D. You're not sure what's happening, but I really feel like through this reading, Spirit is reassuring you things are happening, but they're happening at the pace that is ordained by the divine. It is not happening maybe at the pace that you would have wanted. You know, maybe it's not your timeline that it's happening on. And perhaps that might be a past expectation that you had of timelines. But there is this fresh, youthful, passionate, exciting energy that's being brought into your connection. And this is really the only way to do it. If you look at this Page of Wands, almost seems to be standing in a desert, but yet he has this wand that has these green leaves sprouting from it. How is that possible? Because this wand isn't even like a part of the ground. It's something that he's just holding on there, you know, like staking his claim or whatever. But pages are messengers, and this is the message that even though you might feel the barrenness of hope at this time, trust that things are actually happening, that this greenery, this life can actually sprout from the most unlikely of places, because this connection is divinely guided and protected, that it doesn't matter if you're only surrounded by a desert, that, don't let this burden you. Don't let the weight of this weigh you down. You're chipping away at the stones little by little. And even though it only seems little by little, when you look back, you would be surprised how deep of a hole that you have chipped, you and your counterpart. So it's normal, it's okay to feel confused when you can't see what's going on, and especially when you truly just want to see some type of result or movement. But trust that if you're not seeing it now, you probably aren't ready, no matter how much you think you are. You have not fully aligned with that timeline of what you desire, for your desire to actually manifest in the 3D. But with the Judgment card here, and look at that, you guys, Queen of Cups again in this deck. With the Judgment card, this is definitely destined. This is a fated thing. It's something that is going to happen, and it's right now just your emotions running amok inside of you. I feel that some of you might be channeling some energy like anxiety from your counterparts. Some of you might even be feeling like, in bouts, like you're going to have a panic attack or something, is, really like, I'm getting the strong heart palpitations and the shortness of breath type of energy. And Spirit is just saying to really reconnect to earth, reconnect to nature, to help yourself ground through those emotions and differentiate when they're yours and when they're your counterparts, because that's really going to help you. If you ask yourself, where did this come from, and it just came out of nowhere. Now, given that you don't have any pre-existing medical conditions of having panic attacks or anything like that, because always make sure you don't just attribute it to energy, and that you actually do seek medical help, guidance, and advice if you are experiencing anything physical. But at the same time, if you don't have anything physical, if you don't have that type of issue or diagnosis, and you've never had, and your doctor clears you, then you can pretty safely at that point attribute it to the twin flame journey and this energy. And it is really strong right now, especially being in Pisces season. Everybody is more tired. And when you're more tired, you tend to be more emotional. You tend to kind of be more reactive than responsive. And a lot of that has to do with just your internal balance being off kilter a little bit. So be sure that you take good care of yourself. Really engage in self-care during this time. It is really going to serve you well. If you neglect your self-care, it's really going to be difficult to pull yourself out of the emotional difficulties that's going to bring on, because you need that in order to stay balanced. And the key to surviving this journey is emotional balance. No matter what, keep your emotional balance as best as you can. I cannot emphasize that enough, really. I am going to use another deck here, the Coffee Cup Oracle, and we will see what's happening. What other messages can we possibly channel here? House, relocation, home, lock and unlock key. this is absolutely, remember when we got the Six of Swords, we were talking about moving, and this card literally speaks to relocation. And this card is the key, like keys to a new place, right? Or returning the keys to the owner of wherever you're moving out of. I truly feel like for a lot of these divine counterparts, relocation is really like actively happening here. At the bottom of the dress, I was reading strength and I was about to say deck at the same time, and I came out with some really weird word, but that was funny here. Strength, success, the lion, and the lion is actually the symbol for the divine masculine, especially when we talk about, you know, twin flame connections and such. So the fact that that lion card came out speaks to the fact that the divine is really providing this masculine with the strength that he needs in order to make those necessary changes happen. Peacock. Pregnancy, wealth. Look at that. Wealth, wealth. It's here. Financial struggles are literally almost over. So much abundance and beauty in life awaits you. It is, you cannot make this stuff up. I feel like when these counterparts come together, wealth is just going to pour. Like, it really feels like they're going to bring in so much abundance for each other. If you haven't heard from your counterpart yet, you will. Messages are coming in here. I see two birds in the forefront. So this literally could be two in any capacity. It could be 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks. For some, maybe even 2 months, but I really don't feel this particular energy going any longer than months. Like, literally, this is like months in the making, just months away. So now I'm also going to use one of my favorite oracle decks. This is the Lakshmi Oracle. And I absolutely love my gods and goddesses. So let's see here. What god and goddess energy can I channel for this reading? What do they want to say? What god and goddess energy is guiding and protecting this connection? We have Surya, the sun. So, excuse me, this is just like the sun card in tarot. The sun is the giver of life. The sun is depicted this way in Hinduism, as it is in other ancient cultures as well, you know, where you have the sun god on a chariot. I can't remember whether it's like Greek or Roman or which other tradition has the sun portrayed this way, but in Hinduism, the sun is a he and is portrayed on a chariot with 7 horses, symbolizing the 7 days of the week. And his rays give life to people, to plants, to animals, to insects, and basically without the sun, all life in the universe would pretty much die out. So the sun making his appearance here in this reading is really speaking to the fact that there is life awaiting, you know, after this point of 3D physical disconnect. There is a new life waiting. You will be breathed, like life will be breathed into you again, is really what I'm getting. And you know, even though it may seem like your life is just kind of dark and stagnant, but the sun will shine on it again. There are better times waiting. Whatever these obstacles are, just know that it's a phase. This is not your ultimate destiny. You know, you are not where the story ends right now. You have so much more coming. Here we have the goddess Parvati, with her son, Lord Ganesh, on her lap. Now, Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. In Hinduism, Parvati, his mom, is the ultimate divine feminine, where, she bestows boons of marriage, of, fertility, and things like that. So she is the goddess that unmarried women pray to in Hinduism for a good husband. Married women pray to for, the longevity of her marriage and for the protection of her spouse. And just her appearance here, and notice the mountains in the background. Now, she's known to live actually on the Himalayas with her husband, Lord Shiva. But these mountains are also the same symbol of obstacles that we saw in the fortune deck earlier. And the fact that she made her appearance here with the mountains in the background really shows that there is divine guidance and protection through the overcoming of these obstacles. You are not doing it alone. And the fact that Lord Ganesh, the remover of obstacles, has made his appearance here really tells us that you may think you're doing the work, but the divine is really working behind the scenes to help you achieve your goals, that they are truly leading you there. And at the bottom of the deck, ultimate synchronicity, this is Santoshima. She is the goddess of patience and virtue. So remember earlier we got the patience messages, right? Just be patient. And here she is. Be patient. The divine is working to remove all of your obstacles, to bless you towards the union that you desire, for a new life that's going to be breathed into you after this seeming desert-like period in your life. So, keep your head up, keep going. You are much stronger than you know, and the divine truly has your back. I mean, this is such a beautiful reading, and I'm so glad I got the opportunity to use this deck because it really, the energy in it, I really connect with, and they, in general, just with readings, they connect really well as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I do feel like that, this is where the reading reaches completion. So I hope that this helps, and I hope that this helped you if you weren't doing well at the start of the video. So thank you for joining me. Do check out the video description box for my other platforms. The original ones are linked in the video description box. Anybody else, any other page, any other username that is similar to mine but is not what is linked in the video description box, they are scammers. There are a lot of people out there pretending to be me, and I have no idea who they are. But I just want to warn you guys to please be careful. I will never DM you first. I will never reach out to you to offer a reading. My clients have to approach me. That's the only way. I will never reach out to anybody first. And I also do not follow my clients. I follow some other pages and other, colleagues of mine in this field, but I do not follow other clients. So please be mindful if somebody with my type of username requests to follow you, that is not me. So thank you all so much for joining me. Do double check and make sure you are subscribed to this channel if you're not already. That does help me pick up more specific information for you and your situation, because liking and subscribing to these videos to my channel allows me, it's a form of energetic transfer, basically. So you transmit your energy to me that way, and that allows me to pick up on it a lot easier. So if you would like for that, then definitely be sure you are subscribed and that you like these videos. And also, if nothing else, if you enjoy watching tarot readings or twin flame content, that's another reason to subscribe as well. So you all have a beautiful week ahead, and I will talk to you in the next reading video. Take care, everyone.